Ever wonder what happens when 19th century chemistry meets modern blacklights? I'm Bella Babbles, your sparkly museum guide, and welcome to Bella's Babbles, where we uncover the hidden histories behind beautiful old things. In this episode, we're cracking open my Glowpendium, my personal guidebook to treasures that truly glow, and stepping into the luminous world of UV Reactive Treasures, pieces that look ordinary by day, but blaze with hidden color under ultraviolet light. So grab your favorite cup of tea and get ready to enjoy a dazzling little glow party starring pieces from my personal collection as I tell the tale. To understand this luminous phenomenon, let's rewind to 1801, when German physicist Johann Wilhelm Ritter first made his magical discovery of ultraviolet radiation, light just beyond our visible spectrum. He couldn't see it with his eyes, but he knew it was there, a hidden layer of light we couldn't perceive. Ritter dubbed these mischievous rays deoxidizing rays because they chemically altered his silver chloride, although the world would later rechristen them ultraviolet radiation. Fast forward a few decades to the mid-1800s, and glass alchemy wizards, aka the master makers, from Bohemia to Boston were sweltering over their furnaces, stirring in secret oxides into their molten mixes. A dash of uranium here, a pinch of manganese there, a smidge of selenium, with so many different makers and regions, creating uniquely magical formulas. Their aim? Purely to achieve richer daytime hues, translucent honey yellows, vibrant greens, deep reds. Not the glow-in-the-dark wizardry we've come to know and love. But no one had yet invented a way to shine a pure beam of ultraviolet light and reveal that hidden show. That is until 1903, when American physicist Robert Williams Wood perfected what we now call the Wood's lamp, a handheld ultraviolet detector that scientists, hobbyists, and stagehands could wave over materials to reveal hidden fluorescence. To make it work, Wood also developed Wood's glass, a special filter that blocks visible light while passing UV and some infrared. Today, Wood's lamp finds uses from graphology to mineralogy, banking to chemistry, and of course, in art conservation. But for collectors, its greatest magic was revealing the hidden spectrums in everyday glassware. What had been ordinary glassware became radiant jewels, and enthusiasts realized they'd been sitting on secret glowing worlds. So what's really happening inside these glowing treasures? UV reactive glassware contains special minerals that absorb invisible UV photons and re-emit them as brilliant color, a phenomenon we call fluorescence. Add some uranium oxide to the mix, it flares neon green to vivid chartreuse. With selenium in the mix, it can bloom into soft peach or fiery coral. Add cadmium sulfide to your mix, it loves sunset hues, sparking rich reds and molten oranges. Even manganese dioxide, which glassmakers have used since ancient Egypt to neutralize iron's tint, whispers a muted glow when you shine a 365 nm lamp on it. Now, let me sparkle in a little deeper and give each of these stars their own chance to shine. Uranium glass first dazzled collectors in the late 1800s and reigned through the early 20th century, often nicknamed Vaseline or canary glass. When it leads towards more yellow shades, this enchanting material gets its color and fluorescence from roughly 1 to 2% uranium dioxide, stirred into the batch before melting. By day, uranium glass ranges in shade from stunning greens to dreamy yellows, or even opaque white, depending on how much uranium was added. Under a 395 nm blacklight though, it literally ignites an electric green, making it the crown jewel of any collection. While it does contain trace radioactivity, those levels are usually very low and generally considered safe for display. Just handle with a dash of care. One of my absolute favorites is my 1920s Imperial Glass Twisted Optic double-handled cake platter, affectionately known among collectors as a Molly Green. It's an Art Deco delight by daylight, and when the blacklight hits it, it glows like radioactive fairy dust. And then there's that Vaseline canary end of the uranium spectrum, those transparent yellow-green extremes that look like crystallized Mountain Dew. My Mosser Elizabeth quilted Vaseline dish and matching plate are definitely some of my favorite examples from this category. Even in normal light, they beam with color. Under UV, they blaze with an unmatched dazzle. Now, I don't have any personal examples of this one, but UV jadeite is a different kind of glow star that also belongs in the uranium glass family. To me, it looks like green milk glass, all soft and creamy, though not not always the case. This man-made glass version of the natural gemstone can be tinted with uranium dioxide to achieve its beautiful color. And when it is, that's what makes it blossom into a gentle emerald glow under a blacklight. Now, sometimes only parts of a piece react, especially when reactive or non-reactive glasses mingle, making each discovery a one-of-a-kind fluorescence treasure hunt. One of my favorite examples of dual glass enchantment is my 1920s Vaseline uranium and pink depression glass watermelon water goblets. Featuring the 15012 pattern by Tiffin Franciscan, these American-made Depression-era beauties mingle two distinct glasses, perfectly pink depression glass and a lime green uranium glass, to earn their sweet watermelon nickname. The pink depression glass bowl doesn't react to UV, but that only makes the neon green of the stem's fluorescence pop all the more when you switch on the blacklight. But even with all of these varieties, uranium glass is just the beginning. Next up in our UV glow lineup is selenium glass, which brings its own rosy radiance under a blacklight. I've only been lucky enough to snap up one of these beauties in person, this petite depression-era decanter and its matching stopper. But as a pink depression glass devotee, it quickly became my favorite UV reactive treasure. Not all pink depression glass shimmers under UV, only the pieces that contain selenium, but it can be found in other pink and red glassware too. Shine a blacklight on selenium-rich pieces and they burst into intense pink glow, transforming this simple decanter into a vivid pink gem under your very eyes. When combined with cadmium sulfide, you get the coveted selenium ruby glass with its jewel-like depth and clarity. Which leads us to our third glow getter, cadmium glass. I've spotted cadmium tone pieces in everything from swung vases to decorative bowls, but my favorite find is a mid-century Mickey Mouse Disney perfume bottle, all in a luscious cadmium red glass. Cadmium, usually in the form of cadmium sulfide, tints glasses in fiery reds, ambers, and oranges, and under a blacklight, it can blaze yellow, orange, pink, or even a glowing red when paired with selenium or sulfur. A quick safety sparkle. Cadmium and selenium glassware is beautiful to display, but not meant for sipping or serving. These elements can be toxic if ingested or inhaled as dust. Of course, I have to give a sparkling shout out to manganese glass, the underdog of UV reactive glassware. Our final glass glow getter hails straight from the dawn of glassmaking way back in ancient Egypt. Today, you'll need a 365 nm lamp rather than the usual 395 nm to reveal the fluorescence, which can range from soft reds and peachy oranges to delicate purples, whisper light blues, and even muted green glimmers depending on the mineral mix. While it might not blaze like uranium glass, manganese's gentle old world glow is a reminder that some of the greatest treasures have been hiding their brilliance for a millennia. And here's a bubbly little tidbit. Did you know that glass can be melted down and remade over and over again? That means even modern pieces sometimes contain recycled shards of UV reactive glass, quite possibly without the artist even realizing they're working with the glowing material. This recycled glow is a big reason you'll find UV fluorescence popping up in jewelry, especially from handmade workshops and indie artists who repurpose recycled glass into sparkly wearable treasures. Take my vintage butterfly brooch. At first glance, it's a delicate gold-toned brass frame with emerald green jeweled wings, but under a 395 nm blacklight, the green jewels, each a sliver of uranium glass, ignite in an electric blaze, turning this darling pin into a miniature neon spectacle. Then there's my mid-century double hoop brooch. Two intertwined brass circles, one studded with delicate glass gems, the other all filigree flourish. Shine the blacklight, and two of the glass green gems burst into that classic uranium green, while four of the purple and one soft blue stone glow with the gentler blushes of selenium and manganese. My fruit bunch brooch is a playful experiment in contrast, a grouping of brass, glass beads, and glass gems nodding to vineyard clusters. Three of the smaller green glass gems and one of the larger ones are uranium glass and glow vividly under UV, while the large glass beads' muted glows hint at the manganese contained within. But glass isn't the only gem in my wearable glow party. Nature and vintage plastics have their own fluorescent secrets too. Let's sparkle on into Lucite first. first. Lucite was first commercialized by DuPont in the 1930s as a crystal clear, shatter-resistant alternative to glass. What designers discovered, sometimes by happy accident, is that when lucite is infused with fluorescent dyes or optical brighteners, those same compounds that make laundry lights pop, it becomes a miniature glow lamp under a 395 nm UV beam. Case in point, my vintage double elephant brooch. By day, the brass and amber-toned lucite elephants are perfect contrasts. Click on your blacklight and it gets even better with the amber-toned lucite now lighting up the dark. Its hidden fluorescence bursting to life and proving that even plastics can sneak in a sparkle. And now for the last leg of our glowing journey. There are so many minerals and precious stones that can fluoresce, but for now I'm just bubbling over to share my personal favorites, rubies and diamonds. Take my matching ruby and diamond rings, my engagement band and wedding ring set. Each features sparkling pink rubies and delicate clear diamonds. Slip them under a 395 nm lamp and every ruby bursts into a warm red glow. No exceptions. Only some of the diamonds dance in cool blue, harkening to the rarity of the effect. But together, they turn this ring set into a mini light show whenever I handle glowing pieces while wearing them. The rubies glow red under the UV thanks to chromium ions tucked into their crystal lattice. The intensity of that glow can vary with the ruby's origin. Burmese stones are famous for their vibrant fluorescence, and both natural and synthetic rubies can emit that red gleam, with subtle pattern differences that gemologists use to tell them apart. Diamonds, on the other hand, most often flicker blue, courtesy of trace boron or nitrogen impurities, though you may sometimes spot yellow, pink, or even red flashes in rarer stones. Only about 35% of natural diamonds show some degree of fluorescence under a blacklight. But a bubbly little reminder, fluorescence in any diamond or any gem is purely a fun effect. It doesn't impact clarity, cut, or weight, which remain the true measures of value. Before we wrap up this glow party, let's give a sparkling shout out to my fluorescent supernumeraries for this feature video. My gorgeously glowing pink agates, little opalite, and mid-century lucite crystal ball. What a dazzling journey from antique cake platters to rubies and so much in between. We've uncovered a whole hidden spectrum of sparkle just waiting to be discovered in the most unexpected places. I love finding such neat treasures for my collection, and the best part is you never know what you'll stumble upon with that secret glow. Even two of the same styles from the same maker can surprise you. Different batches of glass, variation in oxide concentration, and mixed materials mean not all pieces will glow. Some will glow differently, and it turns every blacklight session into an exhilarating treasure hunt full of one-of-a-kind discoveries. Want the full sparkle and story straight from my personal Glowpedia on UV Reactive Treasures, Things That Truly Glow? Listen to my podcast, Bella's Babbles, now on Spotify to hear the full incredible history behind the items. I've got so much more to share, from hidden glows to forgotten gadgets and all the stories in between. Until next time, stay curious, stay sparkly.